A teenage suspect who allegedly took part in a gang fape of a 14-year-old girl said the victim looked like she was in pain and grimaced during the attack. Prosecutors say the girl was abused by a group of 12 boys on 3 occasions between April 2nd and April 6th over the Easter holidays. Interrogations of the suspect have revealed that the girl shouted "stop" when the teenage boys assaulted her, with one 14-year-old suspect saying that she grimaced and that he saw she was in pain. The girl also appeared dizzy during the attack, turned pale, and her eyelids seemed to close. The main suspect, the girl's 14-year-old boyfriend, allegedly took her to a forest in Kortrijk, West Flanders around 6 p.m. on April 2nd after they spent the day at a fairground. Once there, he is said to have faped her in front of his friends before he loaned her out to them to essay her as well, while the youngest of the boys, an 11-year-old, was used as a lookout. Prosecutors arrested 10 of the alleged 12 boys involved between the ages of 11 and 16 and brought them in for interrogation. Newsblood described the boyfriend as a lover boy type who deliberately allowed his friends to abuse his young partner. Loverboy is a term used to describe human traffickers who typically operate by trying to make their young victims fall in love with them. But the boy denies that he lent out his girlfriend to the other teenagers, and his lawyer said that further research is needed to clarify the facts. Prosecutors turned up reprehensible behavior on the part of the suspects and revenge-mongering facts, citing the sources close to the investigation who said the alleged perpetrator showed a complete lack of sense of norms. The girl was thought to have returned to the forest twice while she was under the powerful influence of her boyfriend. The victim was allegedly faped by at least 4 of the boys and touched by the others standing around them in a circle, while others filmed the attacks on their smartphones. The footage and images of the attack were also shared on Snapchat and other social media. The investigation has been conducted in the utmost secrecy by the West Flanders Prosecutor's Office to avoid any chance of family members of the victim or members of the public learning the identity of those involved due to the fact that they're all minors. Although the alleged attack took place in early April, the girl didn't come forward for several days out of fear of telling her parents and the police. It wasn't until April 25th that the police were able to arrest the suspects. In total, 10 boys were detained. 6 of the suspects were placed in a closed institution, while the other 4 were placed under house arrest. They have since all been questioned, all simultaneously and separately, so that investigators can compare all statements and find the truth. Citing its sources, Newsblood said many of the statements given by the boys were contradictory, a number of the suspects blaming each other. Some of the 6 minors placed in the institution appeared in juvenile court on Wednesday, April 8th in the afternoon. It was reported that 2 were released on conditions. Prosecutors are now working to establish to what extent each subject was involved in the assault. According to the boyfriend's lawyer, her client has disputed the events as they have been reported. "My client also wants the truth to come to light and for the matter to be thoroughly investigated," lawyer Noor Demaritas told local media. He understands that he is now locked up, but this is also traumatizing for him. This is also very difficult for his parents, wealthy people who have tried to give their son a good upbringing. They don't understand how this could happen. Lawyer Kelly DeCalloway, who was defending a 16-year-old suspect, said her client said things he did not mean during the questioning due to the language barrier and has asked for a re-examination. The criminal age of responsibility in Belgium is 18, meaning the suspected sexual abusers were sent before a juvenile judge and are likely to have been placed into a personal rehabilitation program and youth facilities. But it is possible the 16-year-old could be dealt with under adult criminal law given the exceptional nature of the case. The victim, meanwhile, is receiving specialist guidance following her attack. There will be a hearing in juvenile court on May 24th, which will determine what happens to the underage suspects.